Hey, my name is Marcus, and this is my first impressions of the Lost Super Smooth Operator in Lib Tech Construction. I picked up this board because I was looking for something super versatile. 7.0 mid-length, 47.5 liters, 5-fin setup. You don't really have any excuses. It should do everything. And I've got one surf in it, and it was a really fun board, so let's get right into it. So I'm not going to go into the specifics of this exact shape. I think Board Shop UK has already nailed that, but I will talk briefly why I picked it. I was just looking for versatility and a tough construction. I've never surfed a Lib Tech board before. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things as well, but I just wanted something tough that I don't really have to worry about as much as my poly boards. When I saw that Lib Tech put out this board, I thought, damn, that's the perfect board, all around her. I couldn't find it anywhere locally, so I drove 2.5 hours to pick it up. When I was in the shop, it looked great. I was comparing it to the 6.9, which both felt like they had a lot of volume, but I was looking for actual mid-length, so I went with the 7.0, but definitely could have gone with the 6.9 as well. But yeah, everything looked good until I got the board out into the sun. I purchased it, walked outside, was putting it in the car, and I noticed that the rail was a bit yellow. And I was like, okay, weird. And then as I looked deeper, I could see a lot of cloth through the rail. So I went into the shop and I talked to the owner and I was like, hey, can we document this? This looks kind of, not great. Doesn't look perfect. The rest of the rails are pearl white and they have this thick coating on them. Well, this part of the rail was slightly yellow and felt more thin. So we documented it. I took some photos, he took some photos. And the next day I talked to Lib Tech and I sent them a bunch of emails just noting the rail, being like, hey guys, is this okay? Can I surf this? This seems thin to me. And they said, oh yeah, minor defect, no big deal. Surf it, it's good to go. It's just as tough as any. So I went on my way and I went and took this board for a surf. So first impressions in the water is it actually paddled really, really well. For 47.5 liters, I felt like it had even more volume. I couldn't really duck dive it, but I found it paddled well. I noticed that the nose was nice for like taking off steep drops. I could also surf this board off the tail and on the lip. Like I could get right vertical with it and it kind of surfed like a giant shortboard, which it kind of is. But I found it really easy to surf. I also found it easy to stay in the pocket when things got mushy. So I could milk the wave. When I was surfing like a shoulder high takeoff, and you could get one good turn and then you had to milk the wave to the next section where it picked up again. And I felt that this board could milk that section, no problem, had plenty of volume under the feet, under the back half of the board. I found the board actually turned really well. That tail is really responsive. It held really well. I could get fast, tight little cutbacks on it. And I can't wait to get it in some bigger conditions and really push and see how much I can get this tail to hold. I really think the shape is absolutely great. And now for the fun part. I did get a ding on the board already. I was going right and someone dropped in on me. Our boards hit and it was really minor. I didn't see anything on my board. He didn't see anything on his board and we went on our way. But when I got the board home, there was a ding right on that thin part of the rail. I sent it to Lib Tech being like, hey guys, this is exactly what I was worried about. And they said, just put solar res on it. It's no big deal. Now for a brand new board in this construction with their marketing, which is, they're running over boards in their promo video. It makes you wonder their quality control. I do think this construction is super tough, but I'm not really sure about their quality control, and they weren't really interested in talking about anything when I brought up that it got dinged right where the thin rail was. So my takeaway on this board is it's going to be sick. I think it's going to surf really well. It's going to be super fun, but I don't know about its actual durability. I don't know about their detail in construction. And if you are going to buy one, look at it in person and make sure there's no defects, because they're sending out boards with what I consider a defect, and they're calling it A grade. They do have a B grade board. They do label the boards B grade if they have defects, but they don't consider this a defect, so I don't know what their quality control is like. I'm stoked to surf it in the winter still. I hope it holds up, but only time will tell. I would love to know your opinion. Is that ding 100% my fault? Am I expecting too much from Lib Tech's construction? Do you have any horror stories from Lib Tech or any other of these tough manufacturers like Firewire boards? I've heard issues with DLAM and stuff, and I've heard they've actually been good with warranties about other stuff. So yeah, do you have any stories? And do you want a full review? I'm gonna surf this thing. You know, it's a bit small right now in the summer on Vancouver Island, but come fall, I'll be surfing this board a ton, and I will probably do a full review on this board. Let me know.